Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope everyone watching this finds themselves well, mentally, spiritually. I don't know about you guys, but this past week everything hit me. I kind of want to jump on here to make a makeup video, which kind of seems silly because I'm not really going anywhere, but makeup has always been a therapy tool that I use, and I find it very therapeutic. It helps me whenever I'm going through a difficult time. So I also wanted to show you guys all of the E.L.F products that I bought back in February, and just with everything going around, I just never got in the mood to do this video up until now. I just wanted to chit chat. So today's video is going to be only using E.L.F products. Grab your drink. So I really wanted to try this out and I finally got it. It's the E.L.F Poreless Putty Primer. I'm going to take a little bit here and put this where my pores are. I mean, nothing really has changed for me besides not being able to see my family or going to the gym, but besides that, I still have to go to work. I was already enrolled in online classes, so I'm still doing homework even though it's hard. And it says to wait about a minute or so before you put on your foundation. I'm gonna go in with my E.L.F Flawless Finish Foundation. I have used this before, but this is a new color that I'm trying out. This is in Sand, so this is a light medium with neutral undertones. I got this at Ralph's when I was grocery shopping because with everything going on, I did not want to go into a Target. And Ralph's offers you points, so it's a win-win. And I'm taking that on my E.L.F buffing brush for foundation. Not that bad. I used to use the color Linen, but they were all out, so it was either this one and a lighter one. So I mean, this one kind of matches my color. So during this time, I've been obsessed with the show The Office, and I know it's a little old. I'm so glad that I'm watching it now because it's so funny. I love Pam and Jim's relationship. I think he's so cute, and I think Michael's character, I think all of the characters are very well thought out and well put together. I think everyone in the cast is like great actors. But I've been watching that. I was watching Love is Blind, and it's just so cringy for me to watch. I watched maybe 3-4 episodes and then I stopped because I was finding myself just cringing and laughing and just making fun of them, which is so mean, but I was. So I stopped watching that. Before that, I started watching a little bit of Tiger King, which is bizarre. On Amazon, I did finish the show, the season Girls. I think I've already talked about it, but that's a really good show. Any Dave Chappelle comedy stand-ups I've seen on Netflix. Also Ali Wong's Baby Cobra stand-up, that was pretty funny. Ooh, Ozark is pretty good. I watched season 1 and 2 last year, and then season 3 just came out. I started watching also Planet at Night. I think that's what it's called, is it? Night on Earth. Close enough. I got so emotional watching Hamsters episode. They're in the city of Vienna, and the mom goes out to look for food to feed her newborn pup, and I just thought it was so sad because of everything going on right now. Crazy times we're living in. So for concealer, before I cried, I'm gonna be using, I first bought the 16-hour Camel Concealer, but I feel like this one wasn't the right color for me, which is medium peach. So then I got the light sand. This is the hydrating Camel Concealer, and this has a pretty big doe foot. I was also watching Tidying Up with Marie Kondo before any of this happened about 3 weeks ago, and I was already decluttering my closet, decluttering my cabinet, so I'm pretty much done with that. So right now the only thing that I'm doing to kind of help me keep sane is just like deep cleaning a lot of things, but that helps. So if you guys are stressing out right now, I suggest deep cleaning something, your closet, your pantry, anything that has a bunch of shit in there. I'm gonna go in now with the 16-hour Camo Concealer. And I don't know about you guys, but I haven't really been able to sleep comfortably. I have a really light sleep. Even like taking melatonin, that doesn't really do anything. I also bought the E.L.F Halo Glow Setting Powder. So I'm gonna use this to set my under eye. It's crazy because we were supposed to be in Texas on the 2nd week of April, and we were like going back and forth between the dates, and then also we were just going back and forth whether we should go or not. When all of this happened, we still hadn't booked our flight. but I'm glad we didn't. Oh, something in my gut was just kind of like, you should hold off. Maybe we should go at a later time during the year. And the Rona was still not like a big deal. Cases still hadn't been confirmed in the US. And then it's just crazy. That's what I'm trying to say. I also wanted to go to Vegas this year for my birthday in September, but I don't think that's gonna happen anymore. Kind of want to have a low-key birthday. Maybe have a brunch celebration. I mean, Vegas is fun, but sometimes, I don't know, you end up getting annoyed by the people you go with. It's happened to me not once, but twice. The first time that happened, it was so strange. Should I talk about it? Yeah, let's talk about it. The first time that I experienced like getting into an argument or getting annoyed by somebody in Vegas was, but before I get into that, I'm just gonna do my eyebrows. This is E.L.F's Instant Lift Brow Pencil, Auburn, and I'm also gonna use the color, I think this is dark brown. Alright, my eyebrows are done. Now I can tell you guys a story. It was a group of girls that were going to celebrate my friend's birthday, and we had gotten a room together. We carpooled there, and we left on a Friday. Everything was cool when we got to Vegas. We actually went to a few clubs, partied. The next day, Saturday, that was like the actual day we were gonna celebrate her birthday, because, you know, we woke up in Vegas. We go to a day club and everything. A day club's pretty much like a pool party. It's pretty fun, really fun. If you ever go to Vegas, you need to experience a day club at least once. But thinking about it now, it's kind of gross with everybody in the pool. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do that again. And throughout the trip, some of the girls were bickering at each other, but me and my sister, we were cool. Like, we're not arguing. Everything was fine between me and her. We don't really argue as it is anyway. So after the pool party, we're pretty messed up. We went to go eat, and if you guys ever been to a day club, you know that you either do one or the other. You're not gonna go to a day club and then still go out at night, because it's just so draining. The sun's hitting you all day, you're drinking, you're pretty much tired by the end of a day club. Or you go to your room, you take a nap. If you wake up, you end up partying at night. I'm gonna take this E.L.F's blush. This is in the color, this is pretty nice, E.L.F blush. We go back to the room, we rest a little, get up, we start getting ready, because we had a nightclub to go to. We were already on the guest list. So we left our room, and the birthday girl wanted to catch a cab, but for whatever reason, I don't really remember, we started walking to the club. We started walking the strip in our heels, in our little tight, you know, small dresses, and it was catching a lot of attention from guys, of course. And we noticed that it was really bothering my friend. At like midway between our hotel and the club we were supposed to be at, she starts complaining, and she starts saying that she wants to go back to the room to take off her heels, and she's done. She doesn't want to deal with it anymore. And we were like, what? She cuts through one of the hotels, and she waits in line to catch a cab to go back to the room. And we're like, what the hell is going on? Everything was fine just a few minutes ago, and now she's just complaining. She wants to go back to the room. Her sister was actually the one like telling her, you can't be serious. We didn't drive to Vegas just to go to, I asked for the day off. You can't be selfish like that. She's like, I don't care. Give me your room key. So my friend gave her room key. She goes back, and we were like, what do? Do we go back to the room with her, or do we party? I mean, we're in fucking Vegas. So we end up going to the club anyway, but it kind of felt odd because we're there to celebrate her, and she wants nothing to do with it. The mood was just completely off, and honestly I don't even know what did it for her, to be honest. I think it was just, you know how some people get in their funky moods when it's their birthday. They want everything to go their way, and if it doesn't, it's like everything goes to shit. Because later I was analyzing it, and I'm like, nobody said anything to her. Everybody was like in a jolly mood. But anyways, we go back. We were at the club. We all got one drink. The music was good. It was all hip-hop night, which is what they wanted to listen to. I'm gonna spritz my face with this E.L.F Dewy Setting Mist. I didn't buy a highlighter from E.L.F, so I'm gonna use my favorite, Molten Gold. We were there for about maybe 10 minutes, okay? When her sister starts complaining that she has a headache, that she feels dehydrated, and we must go back to the room. And at this point, me and my sister, like, we just look at each other with the, are you fucking kidding me? So she asks for our room key, obviously since her sister had taken her room key, and we're like, how are we gonna get in when we're done? Because she was like, oh, you guys can stay if you guys want, but we're like, how are we gonna get in the room when you're gonna take our key? We're forced to go back to the room. We were in bed by no later than like midnight, before midnight. Probably, it was probably like around 11 o'clock. It was the most awkwardest drive home the next day. And that's when I said never again. I also bought this day to night lipstick duo. It's in the shade Need It Nudes. I'm gonna do the night one. Actually, I'm gonna do day. Okay, next I'm taking this No Budge retractable liner, and this is in the color Coffee, to put in my waterline. So the second time something happened to me was the following year. My coworker had invited me to Vegas for her birthday, and I had just submitted my 2-week notice from work, and she was just kind of like, you should come to Vegas with us. I'm like, you know what, I deserve it, let's just go. Which was a big lesson for me to learn, because you don't go to Vegas with people you don't know, especially if you're going to be staying in the room with them. And that's exactly what happened. She had said that she had booked a room with her cousins and we could sleep in the same rooms, but I will say that I didn't know that her cousin's boyfriend was going to be staying with us in the same room as well. That I did not know. Probably would not have gone with them. I was going through my makeup and I found that I had 2 eyeshadows from E.L.F. They're both shimmery. Here's the first one. This one's called Elegant, and then this other one is called Socialite. It's like a metallic gray. My friend picked me up. She was driving, and she was driving a little minivan because she was gonna pick everyone up. I met her sister, I met her cousin. They were both cool. And then the last people to pick up were her cousin and her cousin's boyfriend. You know when you meet somebody and you just get that vibe, that, you know the vibe I'm talking about? Like they don't like you, even if you just met them? Well, that's the vibe I got from her cousin off the bat. To me, I was just like, well, whatever, you know, she'll get to know me. We're here for 3 days. Maybe that's how she is. So we went out the first night and we just went to like Old Town Vegas. It was a lot of her family, so we met up with them. We went to Old Town Vegas. We did the zip lining. But throughout the whole trip, her cousin was just a little bit standoffish towards me, obviously because I was like the outsider. Everyone there was family. And that was like a big lesson for me. And I was young and dumb and I wanted to party. I didn't really care. I'm actually going to put the other color on the outer corner. We'll see how this turns out. You know, a girl can tell when someone's jealous of another girl because of their boyfriend, insecure about other women when their boyfriend's around, especially if you're in the same room. It was a little weird for me. So on Saturday we go to a date club as well. We had fun. Everything was cool. But I was mostly hanging out with my friend because that's the only person I really knew. And I was trying to, like, you know, talk to her, but she was just still kind of standoffish. Okay, whatever, I'm done trying. Like, I didn't really come to make friends with you. I came to party and to be with my friend. But you can just feel the vibe, right? I just remember my friend being irritated by her and her boyfriend because they were trying to do things that everyone else wasn't trying to do. Like they were just trying to have it their way, make it seem like it was just their room when it was 6 of us in there, and it was just annoying to say the least. So on Saturday, this is what happened. So this is the only thing that happened that kind of just like made it official that she didn't fuck with me. On Saturday, 3 of us were gonna go out and the rest were gonna stay in because they were not in the mood to party because we were at the day club the whole day. I had my phone charging by the restroom. I was getting ready and I was doing my hair and makeup, and I left it there because I didn't want to go back and put it in my luggage. I was just like, I'm gonna get it when I come back in the room. So I left. We left to the club. We had a good time. We come back. I went to go get my charger and it wasn't there anymore. So I was like, okay, somebody probably got it accidentally thinking it was theirs. I told my friend, hey, I think somebody grabbed my charger by mistake because I left it here before we left. She's like, oh yeah, I did see it. So she starts asking everybody. Nobody said anything. I didn't grab it. I have mine, blah, blah, blah. She asked her cousin, hey, did he grab by accident Diana's charger? She's like, no, I had mine there in the morning. She's like, that's a lie because when I started charging my phone, there was no other charger here. My friend was just, could you please check your luggage and make sure that you didn't grab it? She's like, oh, I'll check in the morning. My phone was fully charged. The morning comes around and this girl's acting stupid. She didn't see it. She didn't have it. But they were just being funny. At that point, everybody was annoyed with them. And I knew in my gut that she had taken my charger. The trip is over. It was already Sunday. We were gonna head back home. And I was just like, okay, well, there's no reason for me to, you know, communicate with you anymore. It was just this weekend. You didn't like me for whatever reason. On the drive home, everybody starts sharing each other's Instagram and Snapchat, especially with me, since obviously I didn't know any of them. I didn't have any of them on my Instagram or Snapchat. So everyone starts asking me, including her boyfriend. Which is kind of weird because he was the one asking for it. She did not ask for it at all. For my eyeliner, I also bought the Intense Ink eyeliner from E.L.F. I feel like my eyeshadow looks a little funny. And I think she made a comment after he asked for it. I don't know. Like a gel. I don't even remember. And I was trying not to pay attention to her. I was just so over it by that point. After dropping them off, my friend actually apologized on her behalf. And, you know, she said, I'm so sorry. I know it was her that took your charger. I'll get you another one. And I told my friend, you know what? It's fine. She really needed a charger. Let her have it. It's fine. But I think it's just the principle of it. You don't steal someone's shit if it's not yours, you know? I told her, besides, I have a backup one. But even her other cousins and her sister was just like, yeah, she took your charger. She was being super shady. You know what? I actually like this eyeliner. It's pretty good. All I did tell my friend though is that she should check her boyfriend and have a conversation with him instead of hating the girls he tries to flirt with. This drink is getting to me. Pretty good eyeliner if you ask me. We'll see if it budges or if it's smeared. I didn't buy any mascara from E.L.F, so I'm gonna continue to use my telescopic mascara from L'Oreal. The last story I have for Vegas that was a little sad for me was went with 3 co-workers / friends, and it was a girls trip. It was only a 1 night and 1 day trip, and everything was cool with that trip. I didn't have any problems with anybody there. It was just very disappointing because that's the year that I, like an idiot, got my phone wet at a day club, and I hadn't done a backup on my phone for a long time, so there was a lot of pictures that got lost, and it was just crushing to me. And we had scheduled to do a day club in the morning, and then we had already bought our tickets to, I think it was Caesar's Palace. I don't know. There was going to be a really famous DJ, so we had bought our tickets beforehand to both events. And so we ended up going to the day club. That was a lot of fun. I ended up running into an old high school friend randomly there. My phone was already cracked. My dumbass didn't take any plastic bag to have my phone in there. I wanted to record for Snapchat and Instagram, and water ended up getting in there. Before we even left the club, it was not working anymore. You know when you're like a little tipsy and then something doesn't go your way, you get even extra emotional? That was me. So we ended up going back to the room. Well, everyone knocked out except me because I was so devastated by my phone. I'm just gonna take my Ardell lashes and pop these suckers on. While all my friends are in the room sleeping, I managed to get out and I walked my ass to a CVS. Actually 2, because there was one inside a hotel. They didn't have any rice because I was on the hunt for rice to put my phone in, and they didn't have any rice, so then I went to another CVS down the street. And honestly, thank the Lord that he protected me because I didn't have the phone on me, and my friends all thought I was in the room sleeping. I ended up going to another CVS, get a bag of rice, and then I remember my mom told me to grab a hat for her because she wanted a hat from Vegas. So I ended up buying her a hat while I was at CVS grabbing rice to put my phone in. And out of all the day clubs that I've been to, I think that was the best one I had ever gone to, which was Encore. It's located inside the Wynn. That one was pretty fun, and it was also very expensive to get in. So anyways, I get my bag of rice, I get my mom's hat, I go back to the room. My friends were knocked out. They didn't even realize that I had left the room. And I take a nap. And then we didn't wake up till about maybe 10-11 o'clock at night. So we completely missed going to that club that we were supposed to go to, that we had already bought tickets to. But we still went out to party anyway. We stayed up literally all night, all morning. And my phone didn't survive that Vegas trip. Yeah. I learned my lesson to take a bag to protect my phone, to not go with people that you don't really know that well, and to not go with people that you're not that close with. And also book your own room. pretty much completes today's e.l.f. makeup. I know I used a few things that were not e.l.f. like my mascara and my highlight, but everything else is. Out of all the things that I bought, I really like this blush. I feel like it's very buildable and I really like the color. I also like the lipstick. I like how it has two different colors. Also, this dewy setting mist. I like the foundation. I always have been a big fan of the foundation. Ooh, I also like the eyeliner that I just used. It hasn't transferred over to my lid, so that's pretty cool. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video and enjoyed my little Vegas horror stories. And, well, not horror stories, but you know what I mean. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and share this video if you care. Hope this kind of distracted you from all the madness going on in the world right now. I hope you guys are safe and healthy, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Cheers. I'm not an alcoholic, I promise.